Are you guys ready for your headliner? He's a chef, he's an author, he's a family man. Please welcome to the stage my friend Ali Hassan. Give him a round of applause.
All right. Good energy. Good energy. Man. Woo. Too much. I haven't really done anything yet. That's too much, too early. You've peaked, and you're going to regret that later. You're going to reflect on this moment in about half an hour and be like, remember that? That was a bit more than we needed to. Anyway, it's good. I will cherish it for the rest of my life. I appreciate it. This is great. Let me explain a little bit about the audience here. I work on CBC Radio a fair amount, so I'm pretty big with the 50 and older crowd. And then I've done some kids shows, so I'm pretty big with the 10 and under crowd. So it's always that 11 to 49 elusive group. Where are they? They're here. They're here tonight. Here they are. Yes. Good. Nice to see you. But it also means that there might be people looking down and going, is that my grandmother? Yeah, she's here and she's having a good time. So cool it. She's going to have a great time. I do have, I have an elderly audience. They were at the first show. I don't think they're here, if I'm being honest with you. I think we're good. We're good. I travel a fair amount. Here's the one weird thing about travel that I find. When you travel as a comedian, you get to do press. You're invited to do press, so we do a lot of morning radio. And then we do a lot of morning television. More radio I like. Television is a bit weird. Television, first of all, who watches morning television? There you go. So that's the first thing. I mean, who are they making this thing for? What are they? The other thing is you get there and it's like no matter what major city it is, they got a lot going on. And then it's you standing in the wings, waiting to come on and just shoehorn some information about your comedy show. But it's always weird. It's always awkward. No matter, it's always something like this. A new report comes out stating that Canadian jobs are being stolen by South Asians, and Ali Hassan is here. Now, give me a little bit of a buffer if you... Saskatoon teacher pleads guilty to 5 years for grooming his students, and Ali Hassan is here. No. Dude. Herpes turned 75, and Ali Hassan is here. No. My favorite thing, obviously, about comedy is eating. That's the special is called Chef's Kiss for a reason. I just love to eat. And I've eaten all across this country. I've been lucky enough to do it. I've eaten in Kelowna and St. John's, Medicine Hat. There's nothing in Medicine Hat, but if there was, I would have eaten it. I don't know if you've ever been to cities like Medicine Hat. They're like, there's not a lot going on. It's like beef. Ali, you like beef? Alberta beef. You want Alberta steak? You want steak? Get him a steak. He likes steak. He's like, yeah, give him a steak. You want ethnic food? We'll get you a potato. Get him a potato. I think he wants a potato. We'll get him a... Because they're not all great. They're not all winners, and actually, you don't even have to go very far. You don't have to go far. This city has blessed us with a ton of amazing food. We get to eat really well here. One person agrees. I don't know what the rest of you are doing. It's great. It's awesome. In fact, one of the best meals I had was on Bloor Street. And I remember I called my mother. I had this Vietnamese sub. And I called my mother immediately. And I thanked her for immigrating to Canada. And that's a weird call. That is a weird call, thanking your Pakistani mother for Vietnamese food. That was... Even my mother was like, are you doing mushrooms again? I'm like, no, I'm not. Just trying to connect and stay in touch. Come on. This is why we don't talk. Anyway. You know what's a real buzzkill these days is Health Canada. Health Canada really, like, I don't know. I don't know how much you know about drinking. Are you a drinker, sir? Do you drink? A little bit. Not a good answer. Let's... You drink, but... Okay, a year ago, how much did Health Canada allow you, a man, to drink per week? As much as I wanted. You're a Health Canada nightmare, is what you are. But I like that attitude. That's the right attitude. It was 12 to 15 drinks is what it was. And I know that because it took me about 10 years to convince my wife that I'm not trying to break the rules. I'm just trying to follow the rules, honey, and that's why I need these 12 beers on a Tuesday. Anyway, the math was sometimes off, but Health Canada, they knew the deal, I thought. Now, do you know what it is? Do you know how many drinks you're allowed to have in a week? It's 2. It's 2, sir. Stop abusing your body. It's not 3. It's 2. It's 2 drinks. 2. That's not even a number. What is that? That's nothing. That's 2. That's the number of drinks I have while my wife's blow drying her hair before we go out. That's not a thing. That is a massive buzzkill. Truth be told, I have stopped drinking for the last 31 days. I stopped drinking for this special. I was like, I'm going to get mentally a little sharp, and no difference. No difference whatsoever. Still a bowl of mashed potatoes up here, unfortunately. Not one discernible difference. The fog has not lifted, and I think I just have the fog. I just got, that's it. There's nothing's changed. I know from a long time, I'm not the smartest guy. There are these high-level concepts that I just can't grasp. You know what I mean? The crypto, I don't know what you start with crypto. I don't know what you're saying. Crypto, quantum physics, where the sun goes at night. You know, the thing that the stuff no one really understands. I also don't really understand that. But I don't know. I'm even worried. Here's something about me. And actually, look, we're about 150 people in this room right now. Let's see if anybody can relate to this. This is something I do to this day. This has not stopped. When I go to an elevator, if I'm in a lobby and I go to an elevator and I want to go up, I always press down to bring the elevator down to me. Anybody else? Anybody else in this room? This is your chance to run away with me into the sunset. Nobody. Screw you guys. All right, well, I don't know why I do that to this day, but I'm always like, I don't know, I'm thinking about the elevator's perspective, you know? That's it. Is that so bad? While you guys are all like, me, I'm like, hey, elevator, here's what I'd like to see from you today, and then I don't know. A lot of trips to parking garages for no good reason over my life. You know. I have 2 daughters, and in the last few years, we've dropped them at universities, and I don't know. I don't know if anybody's gone through that, dropping a kid at university. It's interesting. You know, I've seen on television and films, it's supposed to be emotional. I was like, I'm not going to get emotional. You know, but we dropped our eldest daughter, drop her in Ottawa, and the move goes well, and then we're about to say goodbye, and then I feel the emotions coming over me. I'm like, oh, you know, I just remember she's a great daughter. She's a great kid in general, and I had to remind myself, you know, this kid has a peanut allergy, so it is time to get the hell out of the house. You know what I mean? There are Indonesian satay recipes that I have never tried. 18 years. Cookbooks with chapters that have never been opened because of this wet rag. No, I'm just joking. She's not. You are horrible people for clapping for that. It's a mild allergy, but I needed to lean into it to make sure she got the hell out of the house. That's a true story. My other daughter, also Ottawa. We wanted to save money on our visits. She's also in Ottawa. We also dropped her in Ottawa. And she is, you know, it's interesting. Her whole high school was the pandemic. So I don't really know. I'm realizing this on the drive. I don't know how she socializes. I don't know how she likes to party. I don't know what advice to give her as her dad. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just tell her the classic. I'll just tell her, and I turn in the car. I go, hey, honey, I just want to let you know, like, don't ever feel pressured to drink or do drugs, you know? And she goes, Papa, I think drinking and drugs are loserish behavior. I was like, oh, okay. Honestly, I've never been so proud and so personally attacked at the same time. Those things are the foundation of your father's body. I don't know what. Right to my face? I'm paying for your first semester. You're just going to say that right to my face? Yeah, I don't know. You try to raise them right. What can you do? I'm a hockey dad right now, which is not really the life I wanted for myself, to be perfectly honest. But here we are, you know? One day he's like, I like to dress up, and then he's dressed up in hockey equipment, and then you're at a rink. And I don't know, it all happened very fast. And it's, I don't know, it's very intense. It's very intense, you know? Sunday morning, sitting in a fridge at 7 a.m. That's not what I wanted for myself. And I also wasn't ready for the intensity of hockey dads. I didn't think I was going to see that in grown-ups on a Sunday morning. Shoot, Michael! Shoot! You know, Michael falls when he turns backwards. I don't think he's making it to the big show. I think you could just give Michael a hug. I think that's what Michael really would appreciate. Save your aneurysm for something else. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. That's a practice. That's not even a game. That is low stakes. My God. My wife and I, we don't have that. Our son stinks at hockey. We know it. Everyone else should know it too. No stress. It's really nice. The only stress that we have is if it's the third period, tie game, and the coach puts our son in. Then we're like, Coach, are you an idiot? What are you doing? He's going to ruin everything. Does winning mean nothing? Okay. No, we don't. We're happy. We're happy he's in hockey. I've just never felt that thing where like my kid's gonna make it. My kid's gonna make it to the big show. I've never felt that. I have felt that once, just not in sports. I'll tell you where I felt that. I have a 12-year-old son as well. If you're counting, that's too many children now. They're really adding up. They're all real. But I have a 12-year-old, and I remember this one time. He's 6 months old. All right, he speaks 0 languages. I'm just sort of tickling him in bed, and he's awake, and he's smiling. And I turn to my wife, and I say one quick thing, and then I turn back to him, and he's asleep. And I'm like, he was just awake. What happened here? And I go, is he asleep? And he goes like this. He goes, ah! I'm like, oh shit! His first joke, honey. Oh my God, he's a natural. You can't teach that. You cannot teach that in school. That is something that just lives within him. I mean, oh my God, this guy's got like 6 comedy specials coming out of this guy before he's 20. Anyway, now he's 12, and his energy is basically like, I don't know, bro. So I misread that one. I misread that one pretty bad, if I'm being honest. He's kind of a dipshit. Anyway, we don't know how he's going to contribute to society, but we'll figure it out. Our big challenge in the house right now, the girls are gone, it's 2 perverts at home, and we have to watch things together. We got to watch things as a family. I want us to watch things as a family. That's tough. That is very difficult, right? 12-year-old, I mean, he's ready for porn in his mind. No. 8-year-old is like, I'll do what he's doing. Like, no, you're going to find something that we can all watch as a family. I gave it as a task to my 12-year-old. I'm like, find us something we can watch. He goes, okay. I'm going to look on the Disney Channel. I'm like, very smart. Great. Good start. So he comes back. He goes, okay, I found a movie for us for movie night. I'm like, hey, what is it? He goes, it's called There's Something About Mary. Do you know it? I'm like, yeah, I know it. I didn't think that's what you were going to find. But okay, all right, that's interesting. So if you don't know the movie, there is a scene where Ben Stiller goes in the bathroom and masturbates. And so that's what comes in my mind right away. But I'm like, all right, well, Disney's recommending it. You know what? I'll do what my dad used to do. I'll press fast forward, and then the kids pretend like it's part of the movie, and we are like, oh, I guess it's just fast forward. I've been trained by the elder Rick Hassan. I can do this. I can do this as well. I know how to fast forward discreetly. So we watch the movie. We have some laughs. The scene comes. Ben Stiller is going in the bathroom. I go, here's my cue, and I go to press fast forward. Now here's what you need to know about Disney. You can't actually fast forward on Disney. What Disney lets you do is just skip ahead in 10-second increments, just freeze frames. I don't know if you've ever watched 10-second freeze frames of somebody masturbating. It's somehow worse than full-length masturbation. I don't know how. Just, I don't know what. Dude, come on, you fucking. My 8-year-old's like, what is this? My 12-year-old was like, porn. I'm like, no. It's not porn. Your mother and father are not watching porn with you. This is normal. It's not normal. Don't do this in our bathrooms. This is just, you know what? Cancel Disney. That's what we got to do here. This is always a thing, right? What do we watch? Even when my girls are living at home, the 6 of us, what do we watch together? And I remember in the pandemic, that was it, right? Remember how important entertainment was in the pandemic? It was everything. I remember 2 months into the pandemic, I'm sitting at dinner, and I'm staring at my wife, and I'm like, you always chewed your food like that? Like that, you've always made that noise? Okay, we gotta start watching some TV. I remember that moment. We had to do other things and stare at each other. And so that was a big thing too. My eldest daughter she would take the task, okay, I'll find something. So one day she found something, she was so happy. She goes, Papa, I found us something, you're gonna love it. All right, first of all, you were a chef, right? I was like, I was a chef. And you love kids, right? I was like, let's say yes just to speed this along. She goes, it's called MasterChef Kids. And I don't know if you've watched this, spoiler alert, I wasn't too impressed by MasterChef Kids. I'm not happy about MasterChef Kids. I used to be a chef. I used to be a caterer. I used to be a chef. That is a real insult to chefs that a 7-year-old just parades along like, I made a cake. I'm a master. Shut it, kid. You're nothing, all right? You're nothing. You stole that recipe from your grandmother. You don't belong in a kitchen. The kitchen is a crazy place. Tempers and egos and fire and knives. And this 7-year-old comes along? Wants to be called a master? Buddy, you can't even use real scissors. I've got knives that are too heavy for your arms. You've never even done cocaine. You're a fraud. You're a phony. Read it. You didn't know about a kitchen. What the hell do you know about a kitchen? I'm not a joy to watch TV with. I'll tell you that much. I'm realizing that as I speak to you. I'm learning Spanish. Yeah. Gracias. That's thank you in Spanish. I'm way past gracias. I'm like 200 days on Duolingo. I'm in there. Yeah, I'm in there. Duolingo, I don't know if you know what Duolingo is, all of you, but it's a language learning app, right? That bullies you into learning a language every day. That's what they do. It's kind of weird. I'm a little confused about Duolingo right now because I'm in 200 days in, and they will not teach me about the past or the future. It is all right now, el presente, ahora, hoy, that's it. No, I have not even learned the word for yesterday, all right? Like this, no, I don't know why they're keeping that from me. I'm ready. I'm ready for the challenge. I have some vocabulary. There are things that I know how to say. Like, hace mucho calor en Madrid en otoño. It's very hot in the fall in Madrid. Podemos cantar canciones in japonés. We can all sing songs together in Japanese. Estoy decepcionado con los resultados del examen. I'm very disappointed with the results of the exam. Shit I will never say in any language I can say in Spanish. But you're not going to teach me the word yesterday? You're going to keep that from me? How do I know all that? And if somebody came up to me and was like, what just happened? What happened 5 minutes ago? I'm like, I can't help you. I can't help you. I don't even know how to say ago. I don't 5 minutos that way. I don't know. I've been given, I'm not equipped. I have not been given the tools. I don't know yesterday. I know tomorrow, but you know, I saw that on a meme, okay? That was side learning. It wasn't even Duolingo who taught me that. It's the same word as morning, mañana. I've got that one. But man, the past, no way. Which is weird too, because Duolingo is on you. Those alerts, they come fast and furious all day. Let me tell you this, if there was an earthquake, God forbid, in Toronto right now, we would get one alert. CBC breaking news, there's been an earthquake. I get 11 from Duolingo, all right? I get a lot. I get from the minute I wake up, uh-oh, don't lose your streak. It's 7 a.m. How about you take it easy? You micromanaging prick. I'll get to it. Uh-oh, Rodrigo passed you on the leaderboard. Okay, dude, it's not the Olympics, all right? I want to order chorizo in a tapas restaurant. That's why I'm doing this. We don't have to... Also, Rodrigo, pretty sure that's his first language. Don't worry about Rodrigo. I'm not threatened by Rodrigo. He can be number one. That's... Uh-oh, you're out of the Obsidian League. Okay, man. I was hoping to spend time with family today, okay? Is that all right, Duolingo? Teach me yesterday, you bastards. Anyway, that's all I don't even know why I learned Spanish. People are like, why are you taking Spanish? I'm like, I'm not really 100% sure. We've been to Mexico a few times. It sounded sexy. Now I'm taking it, which is, I don't even know if we'll go back to Mexico. I don't even know if we'll go back. I liked it, but I can't do it all-inclusive. I'm sure there's people who've been all-inclusives. I can't really, that's a lot. It's like the idea of just sitting back while strong, handsome men do work for you. I don't know. I was not, it was a lot. They were kind of ruining my vacation, if I'm being honest with you. Bit of a buzzkill. There's one guy, the last time we went on this trip, one guy, Julian, and Julian was everywhere. I've never seen somebody work the way Julian worked. 5 a.m. yoga on the beach with your yoga instructor, Julian. 7 a.m. aerobicize in the pool with your aerobics instructor, Julian. Then it's tennis at 9 a.m. Hey, guess what? He's a tennis instructor too. Then it's 1 a.m. It's salsa lessons with your dance instructor, Julian. Then it's 3 p.m. He's going on a hike. He's a hiker, Julian. All day long, Julian. I was exhausted by even my wife was like, wow, Julian works hard. I'm like, hey, put your eyes on the kids for a minute there. I know he works hard. I had to work hard to pay for this also, right? We all work hard. Everyone works hard. Finally, I go to bed. I don't even know what I'm tired from. Like 8:30. I'm like, oh, I'm out. I can't keep my eyes open. A couple hours later, my wife is waking me up. She's waking me up in bed. She's like, do you want to go to the nightclub? What about this says nightclub right now? She's like, no. We're only here for a couple more days. The nightclub is like 2 units down. It's just down the little road here. It's on the resort. I'm like, all right, let's go to the nightclub. So I go to the nightclub. This is my move. This is my dance move. I'm exhausted. I'm just moving like this, swaying. And then I look up, DJ Julian. I'm like, you son of a bitch. This is ridiculous. Come on, man. And then he sees me. He's like, hey, are you coming to yoga in the morning? I'm like, no, dude. That's in 4 hours. Julian, call your union, buddy. Get out of here. Get air-vac'd out of here. You're being abused. You can't stay here anymore. One of us has got to go. That's it. You know, I'm raised by a family where my dad used to swear a lot, even though he was an English teacher, and my mother never swore. My mother never swore, which is, I don't know if you've got, these proper mothers who've raised you. My mother, I heard it almost once. She almost swore one time, and it's so memorable that I still remember it to this day. She came home from work. She tossed her bag on the couch, her purse, and she was just fuming, and she goes, that Barbara, she's a real bitch type of woman. Oh, you almost said, you couldn't land it. You couldn't land it. Oh, you were so close. That was what a day. Even when she said it, my dad and I were like, what? Oh, okay. My dad swore a lot. He had a foul mouth, but he was an English teacher, so his swearing was like, these sons of bitches for whom I hold no regard. We'd be like, are you even angry? That's pretty fancy-ass swearing. But yeah, my dad was an English teacher, and I'll tell you, it's just weird being raised by an English teacher. He's very particular about stuff. Like, I couldn't end a sentence with a preposition. There was no way. Based on the reaction, there's a few people who don't know what a preposition is, and that's kind of the point. Like in my house, if I was like, hey, where's the turkey at? He'd be like, can't hear you. Where is at the turkey? I don't fucking, Dad, come on. The reason I bring this up is because I wanted to share a story with you about what it's like to have a father who's an English teacher, particularly in the 80s. I have a buddy that I grew up with. I've known him my whole life, a friend of mine, Manny. We both grew up in Montreal. He's from India, my family from Pakistan. We had this wonderful relationship. And we would meet up pretty much every weekend. We would stay at each other's houses, and we would watch Bollywood films. And Bollywood was a very big deal. In the 80s and 90s, it was huge. 3.5 hours is how long a film was, and we would watch 2 back to back. My son loves hockey, 20 minutes tops. That's all. But we would watch double headers of Bollywood films. We would love these films, and they were amazing. They had everything. They had action and fights and car chases, choreographed songs, outfit changes. No sex. I mean, sex, but it was like shoulder sex. It was a different type of eyebrow sex. It was different. It was, did things differently in Bollywood. So one day I'm in Manish's TV room, in this little den that was their TV room, and I've stayed the night at his house. And we think nobody's home, so we're just let's watch a Bollywood movie like we always do. So I'm looking through this basket of VHS cassettes, and I'm looking through, and I find a cassette, and the writing is in Hindi, but there's 3 X's on it. And I'm like, Manny, what is this? And he's like, I don't know. So we put it in, we press play, and we just hear and we're like, oh God. And he's like, eject that. I'm like, oh my God, eject. And he runs around his house. He's like, is anybody home right now? Did anybody hear that? He like locks the door, checks the entire house, closes some windows. And he comes back, he's like, damn, put that back in. Let's see what's going on. Rewind it. Let's see what's happening there. So we rewind it to the beginning, and we see the wildest thing we have ever seen in our life. It still sticks with me to this day. I still can't believe it existed, because Bollywood, we didn't know, like our parents, as far as we knew, did not have sex, right? Brown people did not have sex. That was a white person thing to do. Brown people didn't do that. Why were there a billion of us? We hadn't thought that far. We weren't the smartest 12-year-olds, but we knew one thing for sure. Brown people don't have sex. And then we turn on this video, and there's something happening. So this is the scene. There's a boss of some kind. He's kind of round, rotund, I guess would be the word I would use. Heavy set dude, sweating quite a bit. No air conditioning in Bollywood porn in those days. I'll tell you that for sure. So he's sweating. He's at his desk, and his secretary comes in, and she's got a stack of paper, and she's like, I need you to sign these. And he's like, no. I'm like, you know what? I'm with him. Go home, take a shower, right? You've worked hard today. Get out of here. There's no reason to stay. She's, of course, pretty convincing. She's like, what can I do to convince you to stay? And you know how porn works. Anyway, they have a deal. They make a deal of some kind. And next thing you know, she is naked on his desk, and he is heaving his very sweaty body into her. And we just cannot believe what we're seeing. And then she's looking him in the eyes, and she says, you're behaving bad. I've never seen anything like this. She says it again, you're behaving bad. You're behaving bad. Then I take the remote, and I press pause, and I'm like, you're behaving badly, right? Because the adverb modifies the verb. Manny was like, are you an idiot? Press play. This is the greatest moment of our lives. I was like, of course it is. I just didn't want to have a weird moment in our debrief later on. And that's what it's like to have an English teacher for a dad. That sums up what, yeah. My summer this year, I had a hernia surgery. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else has a grandfather, but they're going around. You know what? It's all ages now, but I did feel quite old. I've never had this situation. I've never had a surgery, so half the summer was, recouping from the surgery. And even before the surgery, you have to meet the surgeon. I've never done that. I've never met the person who's going to operate on me. I was definitely feeling a bit awkward. Even when I go to his office and I meet him. And so my hernia, by the way, you can get a hernia at different party, but mine was in my groin. And thank you for that. I know. You haven't even seen it, and you're right on that. You're right on it. It needed to be taken care of for sure. And so I'm in his office, and I'm like, do you need me to take care of anything in the region before I see you? He's like, no, anything we need done, we'll do it on the day. I was like, oh, okay, because I could also make it nice for you? Even he was like, don't say that. I don't like that. Here's the thing. I was raised by a mother who, every year she would hire the Sears company to come and do steam cleaning of our carpets. And right before they arrived, she would aggressively vacuum our carpets, right? That's who raised me. I was raised by a woman who's like, make your home hospitable for guests. So I feel like I should make my home hospitable for guests. He was like, are you still talking? I was like, you know what? You're a busy guy. I'm going to get out of here. I'm sorry. You got stuff to do. I'll see you on the day. So surgery went well. It was, I don't know. I tried not to think about it as much as possible. But then as the date approached, the thing that was really tripping me out was this idea of anesthesia. I've never been under anesthesia. I didn't know this world. But just the idea that you were going to be out cold for 2 hours in a room full of strangers, I don't know. Like, what's going on in that room, Are they flicking? Huh? What are they doing? You don't know. You don't know. I don't know. What's happening in there? I know what I've done to my friends when they're unconscious. Don't want to think about that. Definitely don't want to think about that. So I felt myself panicking. When I panic, I start to make dumb jokes, and I was like, oh God, I'm starting to panic. But I was like, I got the perfect foil. I'm going to make some jokes, but I'll just blame it on the anesthesia, right? So I'm just holding on to all these weird thoughts in my mind. I get in the operating room. I feel myself getting loopy, and I'm like, all right, here we go. All right, Doc, listen. Do you take requests? I would love a landing strip while I'm down there. Is that something, you're already there? I've never had one. Doc, listen, the hernia, is it something you'll be presenting to me later? Will I be able to see it before it goes? Is that not how it works? Doc, listen, I'm already getting addicted to this stuff. Will I be able to buy it on the black market afterwards? Can I get this? They were like, Mr. Hassan, we have not given you the anesthesia yet. All right, well, still want that landing strip, right? I'm going to see the doctor more often, which is unfortunate. You get to an age where they're like, yeah, come in and see us more often. My doctor's a bit rough around the edges, A lot of rough talk, a lot of like, all right, here's the deal. Here's the deal. You've got the heart of a 50-year-old, lung capacity of a 60-year-old, penis of an 8-year-old, all right? So you got to get out there and fix. You didn't say that. Doc, you didn't even look down there. I know, but I'm very good with vibes. Now get the hell out of here. No, he never said that. He never said that, but he is rough. He's rough around the edges. This is a guy who's like, I told him something that's been happening to me for 10 years, right? When I eat too much wheat, 7 slices of pizza, and then a bunch of beers, every single time, my shins just explode with eczema, okay? My dad had this. I have it. This was my inheritance. Not a cent, just eczema. That's what I got from my father. And it happens every time. It happens every time. It's been happening for 10 years. So I told this doctor, I go, by the way, when I eat like that, this is what happens. I might have a mild gluten intolerance. And he goes, yeah, that's not a thing. I think it's a thing. When I have the thing, I get the thing. I think it's a thing. He goes, no, it's not really a thing. Is that what being a doctor is about now? Just gaslighting your patients? Is that what it is? Because I think I could be a doctor. I think I could do that job. I'm getting heart palpitations. Rumors. Don't worry about that. No. I'm sweating. I don't feel right. Hearsay. No. Every man in my family died in their 50s. Idle gossip. I can do that. I can be Dr. Hassan if need be. But yeah, he's a bit of a rough guy. He's also like too no nonsense. I went in, I have a pain in my shoulder. I got this pinch in my shoulder, and I go to see him. And I go, I've got a pain in my shoulder. Looks at nothing. He goes, it's because of how you sleep. You sleep on your side. I go, okay, but I sleep on both sides, and it's only in one shoulder. He goes, yeah. Are you right-handed or left-handed? I go, right-handed. He goes, exactly. That's your strong shoulder. It doesn't hurt. Your weak shoulder hurts. Shit, it almost makes sense. So what am I supposed to do here? He goes, you sleep on your back. I go, okay, but when I sleep on my back, I snore. Then we'll have to get you a sleep apnea machine. Hey, I came in for my shoulder, and now you're affecting the intimacy in the bedroom of my home, all right? We really took a jump here. I got a bum shoulder, now all of a sudden, oh, you wore the nice nightie. I love that nightie. Good thing I don't snore anymore, huh, honey? He wants to bang Darth Vader. So I know what the real issue is with my health. The real issue is I'm a brown guy. That's it. In summary, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. We are number 1 in diabetes, in heart disease, and I know why. I know why. And you know how I know? Because of the eyes of white people. That's why. Because the things that I am most excited about when I look at my white friends, it doesn't matter. The thing I love the most, let me tell you what I love the most. A brown paper bag with an oil stain around it. That is, Just endless possibilities. What is in that bag? Huh? That a samosa? Pakora? The Indian sweets? Gulab jamun? What is in that bag? Oh, I can't wait. Gotta be a brown bag. Gotta be a brown bag. Don't come with a white paper bag. What is that? Your cholesterol medication? Get that the fuck out of here. Give me a brown bag, and I'm pumped. But every time I'm with a white friend, they're like, ooh, a lot of oil around the bag. I know. I'm aroused. Aren't you aroused? Are we not excited? And you go, oh, that's why you're not going to die at 55. I get it now. Oh, God. That's our predicament in life, brown people. Not only is it just, our food, we're taking over other restaurants. We're taking over other cuisines. I don't know if you've seen this in Toronto. Shawarma restaurants, half of the shawarma restaurants feel like they're owned by Indians and Pakistanis. I don't know if that's a good thing. I'll be honest with you, it feels like that might be a mistake of some kind. A shawarma, that's Middle Eastern food, that's Mediterranean food, right? That's the Mediterranean diet. It's light, it's fresh, olive oil. We don't know a damn thing about any of those things. We don't know anything about any of that. That's light, fresh. Are you kidding? We don't even have salads in Pakistan. You know what a Pakistani salad is? Onions, that's it. That's the whole list. That's it. Salads? Come on. It's crazy. And light? We don't do light. We take something and we cook it, and we cook it, and we cook it some more, and then somebody goes, any nutrients left? Maybe. Let's cook it some more. Just again, we cook it. And then we go, this chicken is delicious. It's zucchini, actually. Oh, okay. Well, it's still so good. It's still so good. Mush. I don't know. And now we're going to have people who are eating Mediterranean food, and they're like, my doctor said my cholesterol is high. I was like, yeah. Butter chicken falafel is not really a thing, You should have probably been avoiding that. We also have, and I'm going to speak on behalf of all brown people, we have, some of you might know that we have some pretty aggressive bullies in our community. We call them our aunties, but, they're only happy when we're miserable. And that is, if you're Italian, you know this vibe. Just somebody who feeds you until you just, I'm about to vomit. Then they're all good. You ate enough, right? It's like ladies who need to get a hobby. A hobby that doesn't involve sending you to your grave. That's what we need. But it's insane. It's like that force feeding. And it's the feeding, and it's also, if I ever say to any of my aunties, Auntie, you know what? Just one kebab for me, thank you. Oh, one kebab! Oh, he wants to be a skinny hipster. Listen to this guy. Okay. So you want to hurt me here and psychologically. You want to affect me on multiple. Okay, I get it. There's only one way out. There's only one way out with these aunties, and I found it, and I use it regularly, and I'm not proud to use it, but when they're force feeding you the food, you go, I can't. I have diabetes. You say I have diabetes, and they're like, no, and they're saying, because they've been working their entire life to give you diabetes. And now you go, I have it, and they're like, no. And between you and this auntie is a massive, massive platters and platters of kebabs and kormas and naan and no salad and 3 types of rice and sweets that would make fudge blush. It's all in front of you. And they're like, diabetes, how? It's quite a mystery. I don't know. All right, I'm going to tell you one last thing. I was talking about restaurants that I love to go to. It's been a big part of my life. I don't cook much anymore. I used to cook for like hundreds of people a night, and now I cook for 2 children. That is a demotion if I've ever heard of one. But it's all right. I get to travel. I get to eat. But sometimes, not always great spots. I've been recently St. John, New Brunswick. I don't know if anyone's been to St. John. Yeah, you see that? Yeah, that's the vibe. That's sort of the vibe. You start neutral and go down as you think about your time there. Now, look, nice people, very, very nice people. This is going to be on a special. They're going to come and kill me later. This is very, very nice people. Not a food town. Certainly not when I went. Unless you're into hard-boiled eggs, then oh wow, what a great place. But I was there for 2 days, and I couldn't find a very interesting place to eat at all. 2 days, and it's the final day. I'm leaving that day, right? So I have the breakfast, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go walk off these eggs. So I go for a stroll in St. John. And I see on my walk, I look down this small street and I see a restaurant, Taste of Egypt. I'm like, why was I not informed about Taste of Egypt? Oh my God, I love Egyptian. One of my favorite restaurants here in Toronto is Egyptian. I can't believe this. This is amazing. I make the call right there. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat again. I'm gonna have the double breakfast, right? Bang, bang, gonna do it again. Now he's just opening up his lunch buffet. It's 11 a.m. and I'm like, okay, that's fine. He didn't say it wasn't a buffet. All he said was, it's Taste of Egypt. I'm like, this is fantastic. So I go in, I get up to the buffet, I'm underneath the spit shield. First thing on the buffet at Taste of Egypt, pork souvlaki. I'm like, oh, okay. Not classically Egyptian from what I've seen. I know a couple of people who would take offense to that being here. It doesn't matter. I'm not thinking about them. I'll try your Egyptian souvlaki. Huh? Second thing on the buffet at Taste of Egypt, pierogies. I'm like, okay. What are we doing here? Third thing on the buffet, tandoori chicken. I'm like, now you're stealing from my people. Buddy, you're killing me here. This whole buffet was a culinary hate crime, all right? This thing was a mess. There was pad thai. There was pad thai on the buffet at Taste of Egypt. I finished every bite, but I got out of there angry afterwards. I got very angry and I got out. I'm not coming back here. I'm angry, not just at that guy. I'm angry for the entire city of St. John because, those are people who, that's what they eat. They're going to travel. They're going to meet you, and they're going to be like, oh, do you know what we love? Do you know what we love? Egyptian food. Oh, mwah. Oh. Especially their burritos. Am I right, Frank? Oh, that's the best thing. Toronto, thank you so much. I really love you. Thank you so much. You really made my heart swell today. Thank you so much, Toronto. I really appreciate you coming out. All right. Thank you so much.